What's happening, guys? Larry Olubamiwo here from the Gym Rat Pack, and yeah, just here with a quick video. As we've learned, I think overnight, some more about the Robert Helenius situation. So, as you all know, or you must know by now, Robert Helenius tested positive after the fight he was knocked out in with AJ. Yeah, he tested positive on a VADA test. And now the test was taken previously to the fight, but obviously the results didn't come out till after the fight. Now, it has now come out that Robert Helenius tested positive for clomiphene citrate, otherwise known as Clomid amongst bodybuilding circles, and which is the same drug that Conor Benn popped for. Were they eating breakfast together, eggs and all that, you know, scrambled eggs? I don't know, but yeah, he popped for the same drug, which actually goes to my point. If you look at my previous video on Robert Helenius testing positive, I theorized, and I think quite rightly, and this kind of proves my point, that Robert Helenius didn't dope specifically for the AJ fight. I think that he doped for the fight he had the week before the AJ fight, because if you remember, he was brought in as a late replacement because Dylan White tested positive. And so a week before the AJ fight, he had a 8-rounder, which is obviously a small fight, and he didn't expect to be tested there. And so he was probably using stuff for that fight. That's what I theorized, and thought made a calculated decision to go for the AJ fight because of the money. Obviously, the money would have been really good, and if he gets caught, he still gets to keep the money because he would have had the money by then. So, yeah, and now that knowing that he tested positive for Clomid, that reinforces my theory, because obviously Clomid is really used amongst athletes who like to dope for restoring their testosterone production after a steroid cycle. It can be used to increase your testosterone, your testosterone levels to enhance performance that way, but it's not a likely candidate for that because it has a long half-life. This is what I think a lot of people don't bank on, especially some athletes, with Clomid and similar drugs to that, like tamoxifen and so on and so forth. These drugs, these anti-estrogenic drugs that increase testosterone production in the body, in the male body anyway, have very, very, very long half-lives. Hence why people like John Jones pop for it. Brock Lesnar has popped for it in the past as well in the UFC. So Clomid isn't the best drug to use for increasing your testosterone if you want a testosterone increase to enhance your performance, because it has a long half-life, as I just said. Also, you don't get as much benefit from it as you would from, say, just straight testosterone. And that's quite anecdotal, but it's very known amongst bodybuilding circles, especially, and TRT, testosterone replacement therapy patients. It's very known that Clomid doesn't have the same effects, especially mentally, the positive effects that testosterone has. So, yeah, you would only really, as an athlete, be using Clomid to restore your testosterone levels after a steroid cycle, which is why most people, with half a brain know that Conor Benn was doping, despite his denials, and know that Robert Helenius was doping, because obviously he wasn't doping for the AJ fight, and he might have known that Clomid was had a long half-life, but you know what? He didn't expect to be tested for this small fight, which he didn't. But he took the AJ fight and just figured, I'll collect the money, and cash out. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what his defense is going to be. Will it be an ex defense a la Conor Benn? I mean, he's already protesting his innocence as they all do. It's a broken record at this point. I think I'm the only athlete to actually come out and said, okay, yeah, I did it. But yeah, I will be interested to see what they are going to use as a defense, whether they go the eggs route or they'll go contamination route. I don't know. Contaminated supplements. They might even try to say the test was contaminated, which at this point I just think is absurd, you know. So yeah, it's let's see. But me personally, I think this is conclusive proof that he was doping, and not doping with the actual drug he got caught for, but trying to restore his levels, his testosterone levels, after going on a doping cycle, testosterone or steroid cycle. So yeah, you know, let's wait and see what happens. Let's see if a ban happens, or you know, yeah, you know, nothing surprises me in this day and age when it comes to doping and sports and bans and stuff like that, especially in boxing, because you know, we know money talks. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you think that Robert Helenius was doping? Do you think he used the previous steroid cycle before going on a Clomid, hence why he popped for Clomid? Or do you think he's innocent? Leave some comments down below and let me know what you think, please, yeah?